This show is about your mental health. While it's supported by the pillars of positivity and hope, if you find yourself in crisis, please reach out for help. In many communities in both the United States and Canada, you can dial 211 to be connected to mental health and crisis services in your region. While it may seem like it at times, you are not alone. Good evening, everybody. I hope you had a great day. Anybody see my tweet this morning when I said, what I need you to do is look out the window? And it doesn't matter whether, it was a beautiful sunny day here in Toronto, but no matter what it was doing outside, I wanted you to go to the window and just look outside and say, what a beautiful day. And then take that feeling and carry it through your day. I did that this morning, and it felt good. When you start in a positive way, it tends to carry on. Welcome to all of the new people out there as well. If you are new to the audience, please say hello and let people know that you are new, and you will notice that a whole bunch of people will welcome you here. I welcome you here. I welcome, of course, all of my regulars. Season 2, by the way, of the podcast, we're going to talk about that in a few minutes, but I'm on to Season 2 now. First and foremost, this is what we do all the time on this show now. We want to get everybody in the mood and relaxed and comfortable because you're among friends, you're in a safe place. We do our little breathing exercise, and I know I go through the explanation all the time, but this is for the new people and also to remind everybody about box breathing. And thank you, Donna. Yes, I did have a very good birthday, and thank you for all of the wishes. That was amazing. So the box breathing that we do, we breathe in for 4 seconds through our nose, and when we're doing that, we're trying to breathe in all the nice, fresh, clean air. Then we hold it for 4 seconds because that's letting our sympathetic nervous system know that we're taking charge of our heart rate and of how we're feeling. And then we hold it for 4 seconds, then we breathe out through our mouth. And while we're breathing out through our mouth, we're trying to grab a bit of anxiety that we might have somewhere inside of us. We're trying to blow it out through our mouth. Then we hold it again for 4 seconds. And that hold, again, to remind our sympathetic nervous system who's in charge. You need to be your own mental health advocate. You need to take control of your mental health. We only do it for about a minute, minute and a half. I invite you to do this anytime during the day for 2 or 3 minutes. If you make a habit of it, especially when times of anxiety come up, it really makes a difference. It really does. So here we go, and we bring out Spunky, the stress ball.
Hey.
Hi, Spunky. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Breathe in with Spunky through your nose for 4 seconds. Now you're going to hold it. And just hold it. You're trying to find that anxiety inside of you, and you're going to blow it out now for 4 seconds. Just nice and easy. Don't rush it, too. You don't have to keep up with this. Then you're going to hold on to it. You're breathing in through your nose. You're holding it. Find that anxiety. Breathe it out. Now you hold it. Now remember, clean, fresh air in through your nose. Now as you hold that breath, think where that anxiety is and grab some of it. Now breathe it out through your mouth. Okay, try it without me talking.
Got it.
All right, good job, Spunky. We'll see you next week, okay?
Woohoo!
Gotta love Spunky. Gotta love Spunky. All right, now I think hopefully you're in the right frame of mind to sit here. This show is about positivity, right? This is about it's going to be okay. It is. It's about moving forward and realizing that all of the stress and the anxiety of the day can't touch you here right now because we're going to stay in the moment. We're going to stay in the present. We're going to stay in the moment. And we want to give you some good advice for you and your family, especially for your family right now. Because there was a report came out from UNICEF just on my birthday, actually, on March the 4th. And this report is for all of the world's children. Quite often when we hear about UNICEF, we hear about children in third world countries, but this is children worldwide, and they're sounding the alert for children's mental health. In fact, for 332 million children, mental health is in jeopardy right now. We must emerge from the COVID-19 pandemic with a better approach to child and adolescent mental health, and that starts by giving the issue the attention it deserves. Henrietta Fore, who is the new chief of UNICEF, said that just this past Thursday. And it's something we need to give more attention to, and that is the mental health of our children. We need to help them become their own mental health advocates as well. So this week on my podcast, which, by the way, season 2 begins on Tuesday, we are talking about, the topic is Children, a Mental Health Alert. And that is available Tuesday on almost all podcast directories. I should have put most podcast directories. I did. Never mind. So I will be talking with child psychologist Dr. Kusha from CBT Associates. She is wonderful with kids. I'm also going to be talking to the author of this book. In fact, I'm going to talk to her right now as well, give you a bit of a preview. Her name is Erin LeDrew, and she is a recreational therapist at CAMH, and she's also, a new author of this book and has graciously joined me. I'm not sure which one she is. Excuse me, which of you wrote the book?
Who wrote the book? Was it you? Or was it me? I think. It was me. Yes.
All right.
Hi.
Little bit of a backstory here. Erin so graciously agreed to be on the show with me today. And she, and so I sent her a note about 20 minutes ago saying, okay, I'm going to call you in a bit. She says, Kevin, it was the 14th we were going to do. Yeah, it was my calendar, my fault, but look what she's doing. Erin, thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me. You know what? We all need a little more authenticity, on social media. And so I'm actually very happy to be having you all getting a glimpse into our Sunday night.
This is one of your little ones.
Yes.
And we were talking. Kate. And we were talking before about your tooth. Show people your tooth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Missing one. Just a little early.
Yeah. And then I said, next time you have a loose tooth, what did I tell you to do, Kate?
He said to call him. He's got the tools.
Yeah, I got it right here. Look. See, I've got it right there just in case. In fact, if anybody at home is having problems with a tooth, I can help you. No charge. No charge. This book is absolutely incredible. And it's interesting because the title is something that could easily go over a child's head. It's called, once again, Mindful Me Goes to Sleep. Tell me about this book.
Well, so I wrote this book, a bit of a labor of love, back a couple of years ago. Are you going to show it? Oh, you're going to.
Oh, you've got the book, Kate? Good.
Yeah, and Kate's going to demonstrate for me too. We've done a reading before, and she will show you all the moves.
My guess is the copy you have of the book is pretty dog-eared by now.
Actually, you know what? I'm so glad you said that, because yes, it has a message I wrote to my kids in it.
Can you share that with us? If not,
really cute scribbles all over my face, courtesy of my son. Yeah, it's definitely, this is our loved copy for sure. For sure. And here's Katie already doing the pose.
So she's demonstrating.
Does it help you feel better? No. Oh.
She's demonstrating. We just saw that page. Let's look at the first page, this one here. So she's demonstrating this part of the book, and that is lay down flat on the floor with your feet up the wall. What's that all about?
Yes. So that is actually a restorative yoga pose, but it can really, really help bring over a sense of calm and relaxation. Sometimes, for little ones, it does sort of slow down your heartbeat there. It makes your body not have to work so hard. And yeah, it can really be calming. And the book is really meant to offer just that, some strategies that you can do with your kids that can help you.
Oh, hold on.
And yeah.
We just had a bit of a freeze there, just for a split second.
Oh,
So it's strategies
sorry.
strategies you can do with your kids to what?
Yeah, so to just, I have paired this with a bit of a bedtime routine, but truly you could use these strategies at any time. And they're really just meant to be gentle exercises to get families introduced to some mindfulness concepts and some ways to kind of bring it into your own family. This one has a bit of a sore tummy, so she's sort of like moving around here to find a comfortable spot.
Oh,
But yeah,
I'm so
it's really
sorry.
just meant to be for families to learn some new strategies. And when you try these out with your kids too, it's an opportunity to also start a bit of a dialogue for, did that work? Did that help you? Which one is your favorite? We talk about that often. Ben and Dad like this one, right? The tapping. And you like that one too, yes.
What's the tapping?
That's what should happen. It emerges that you'll find that there are certain ones that some people like more than others and work for your body more than others, and that's what helps bring on that mindfulness. So
What's the tapping?
Oh, the tapping. So yes, this is the one here. Let's show it. This one here.
So what do you
tapping
do?
Is there is a full theory on that and a different approach. So it's based in the emotional freedom technique, which is EFT, and it just has it's a very, very introductory way to consider that there are sort of pressure points and different parts of our body that with more sort of rhythm and tapping that it can really help bring on some calm and be a bit of a relaxation and mindfulness kind of strategy.
Like this, Mom.
Yes, exactly like this, Katie. You are doing such a
Man,
good job.
how many times have you read this book, Katie?
I don't know if anybody can see that there, but she's really trying.
The second one is this one.
And you know the other one. And how about this one too?
Oh, yes.
When you slow down your thoughts.
Still. That's
Oh, yes.
gonna be later.
Later, okay, yeah. That's the one, yes. Slowing down your thoughts and just paying attention to your breath. And honestly, this is what it is. It may feel silly, but sometimes it's just trying out things that you wouldn't otherwise maybe give a chance and see if it does help bring on a sense of calm, or if it helps to kind of alleviate some stress. And then these are, more likely to become your go-tos down the road, and as you grow up and you start looking for other strategies to help. Okay. Yes.
Are you going to check another one for me, Katie? This is what did you think when you heard about this UNICEF report that they're really worried about the mental health of our kids around the world?
I believe it, and that's the part that's really sad. I think that's the part that we need to pay attention to. I think that there's a much better awareness now that when we hear some of these statistics and we trust where it's coming from, that, we need to take a bit of action. And I think that, we're still very deep into this pandemic and things that are going on. And I think that it might take a bit of time for us to still fully realize some of the impact.
What have you heard? What have you heard from parents about the book? I would imagine that some people themselves, some adults themselves, are learning from the book about having their own mindful self.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Katie. You're doing so well. I will show it in one sec. Yeah, I think that, one of the things I've noticed too is that as a parent, we are rushing through so many things. We've got that mental load of all the other details of our life and coordinating. And it's hard to sometimes just let go and shift gears. And I think that we need to try to do that more often because if we do, then our kids see us doing that. And the reality is we need to continuously throughout our lives try to find different strategies that do help us. And it's common to find different ways to cope and manage at different points in life, but some of these I would suggest are some real fundamentals that everybody can kind of come back to.
I am very eager. I want to see what Katie wants to show me.
Oh, well, she's demonstrating her other pose here.
Okay.
I'm really hoping everybody loves the little bit of a mess. I don't know if that's really, that one's just the pose with the tapping, but
how is it though that having a child do something active before bedtime? It sounds a little counterintuitive in some ways, but these are things that help to relax them.
Yeah, and I mean, just like the start of the session where you had wonderful deep breathing, when you do have that deep breathing in mixed with these, you can't help but be calm. Thank you. Yes. And it's a good strategy really for anyone. And I mean, deep breathing paired with any of these, yes. And the physical actions, right? Thinking of our thoughts and what we're really saying, putting our hands to our mouth.
The second one.
Yes. Hand over the mouth, right? To remember about our kind word.
Do you do this one too, Katie? No?
Yeah.
No.
Which one? That one's not as much of a favorite. We've been also listening a lot to.
I'm not doing this one.
Okay. Meditations, right? Remember our meditation? What's the meditation we do too? Oh, yes. And yes, with your heart over your chest.
Oh, my God. So I am amazed. I mean, she knows this.
Yes.
Have you ever seen her use some of these things during the day if she gets frustrated?
Yes.
And this is another one.
And yes, you're so sweet.
Katie, do you know what I do when I get all frustrated and stressed out? I have something too.
That can work. And you know what? Sometimes people don't know this or don't give it enough credit, but screaming into a pillow, it's a very cathartic kind of release, right? There's energy that comes with that does sort of help us.
Mom, this one?
Yes, and giving yourself a hug.
Wow.
I know, that part's nice too. And we've got a little, like a mindful basket where we have some other, a lot of sensory things. You like sensory things, like those water beads, right? Yes,
cool.
the water beads are so cool. Yes, we try a lot of different strategies because some work better for some of us, and we kind of like just having them around to explore and yeah.
Okay. I am so thankful you allowed me in on your Sunday night routine because I know how important that is in any family. We talked at length, and you are going to be one of my guests this Tuesday on my podcast, so people can find out more. But for now, the book, and by the way, this is self-published. I was going to give a credit to the author, and it's self-published. Look at you.
Yes. That I wanted to put out there that I didn't really want to risk losing that integrity. And to me, as I think I started saying and probably didn't finish my sentence about starting this book as a labor of love, it really came from a place of wanting to offer some really simple and practical strategies. I couldn't help but notice that during my time working in mental health and at sort of more of what we call like the front line of it, but at the clinical level, was that, people really needed these strategies and they needed to learn them sooner. I think of, even some of the ones that I learned later on. It's, the sooner we learn these strategies, the better off we are for later in life when it starts to get inevitably more complicated.
And one more quick credit for Stephanie Mckay.
Yes. She is wonderful. Also a Canadian out east in
She's the illustrator.
Quebec. She is, yes. And she's a mom too, and she has some beautiful artwork. Check her out on Instagram. She has a lot of really neat stuff.
Yeah. The artwork, it's so much fun. It's colorful. It's relaxing.
Yeah.
It's also relaxing.
Good.
Okay, so thank you, Stephanie, and thank you to you, Aaron. Katie, thank you so much for helping demonstrate a lot of these things. And so,
That kind of.
Yeah. Okay.
and so don't forget next time you have a loose tooth. Okay? All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Have a great night.
Thank you. You too. Thank you.
Okay, that was Erin LeDrew and young Katie, who was demonstrating for us. Wasn't it incredible? Because the little one knew everything, and as Erin had said, during the day, if she gets frustrated, she's actually using some of these practices to deal with that. So the book is called Mindful Me Goes to Sleep. It is available on Amazon, Google Books, Indigo, Chapters, and again, it's self-published. It's all Canadian, and it, I think, would do you a world of good too. You're reading with your kid. You're learning how to de-stress. You're learning about mindfulness at a young age. I've always expressed that we do not teach mindfulness at an early age, at an early enough age. I have suggested many times that we need to start with kids even younger than Kate, that we need to start with 4-year-olds in junior kindergarten, teaching them what mindfulness is. There are ways to talk to kids about that. In fact, I will be talking to the child psychologist on Tuesday in my podcast about just that. But I think it should be in the curriculum daily. I think there should be at least between 5 to 15 minutes, depending on the age group, of mindfulness for every single age group. And as they get older, by the time they're in grade 5 or 6, they would be meditating on their own. They wouldn't feel silly about it because it would be normal. Everybody would do it. I can guarantee you that marks would go up, absenteeism would go down, class disturbances would go down, and it wouldn't cost anything. It would cost the time, and that would be it. So until the schools do it, maybe it's something you could start with your kids, but take part with them. That way, you're leading by example, and you know what? You'll get something out of it too. I wish I had it when I was younger. Yeah, I would have handled stress a lot better. That's right, Robin. It definitely is. If we did that with kids, and by the way, when you say, is 4 or 5 too young? No. I have talked to kindergarten teachers saying that they are noticing stress and anxiety now at a level they haven't noticed ever before in their young charges. But imagine if we could learn how to deal with stress and anxiety at a really young age, and how to be mindful, and how to get into the moment. And by the time we get to be adults, I think we would see a significant decrease in the number of mental health issues. And what we would do is we would clear the board for our health system to deal with the more serious mental health issues. The ones that take a lot more than a breathing exercise. It's something very much that we need to be concerned about our kids and help them. Do not fall into the trap of saying, well, when I was a kid, yeah, we had stress too, but it was all right, it was fine. No. 2021 is a completely different world than 1990 or 95 or even 2010. We are in a world that is just so busy, so much new information, so many platforms, so many things we have to keep our minds on, and so many ways that we don't like ourselves in a lot of cases. So yeah, 2021, when your kids say, Dad, Mom, it was different in our day. So we're going to pay attention to our kids as we start season 2 of the podcast. This Tuesday, season 2 begins, Children, a Mental Health Alert. So that's available Tuesday on most podcast directories. We're going to be talking to a child psychologist. I'm going to have a longer conversation with Erin about the book and about the benefits of the book. And that'll launch us into season 2. So I'm really looking forward to that. What else has happened? I got a sponsor. We're going to have a new sponsor. It is the good people from City Parent, which is Canada's largest award-winning free regional parenting magazine. They've actually been around for 35 years. They're on the website, cityparent.ca. Cityparent.com. They got the com. Cityparent.com. So I'm really looking forward to having them as my first sponsor, and how appropriate that they're my first sponsor on a day when we're talking about kids and parents and families. You can do me a huge favor by patronizing my sponsors. Click on their website or whatever. So we have more of that coming up on Tuesday. I'm trying to think of other things. It's been a busy couple of weeks. I took 2 weeks off from doing the podcast. Oh my God. Oh, yes. I'll tell you more about this next week, but on the 21st, Sunday the 21st, this show will be given over to the good people at Easter Seals. I've worked with Easter Seals for decades, but you know what's going on? They haven't had a telethon for 2 years now. That's a major fundraiser. Their other major fundraisers have either been scaled down or gone virtual. The Conn Smythe dinner. It's a huge, huge fundraiser. Golf tournaments, things like that. Things that help raise money for kids to be a kid. The camps have been closed down, but they've gone virtual. We're going to talk about that. So on the 21st, we are doing a special here, Sunday evening, 7 p.m., and it is going to be called Easter Seals, 99 Reasons, 99 Ways. Why? They're 99 years old. Next year, they celebrate their 100th anniversary. So we're going to talk about 99 reasons to give and 99 ways you can give as well. So it's not just camp. They really help families, especially at this time, with equipment, wheelchairs, even something as simple as a wheelchair battery. So they help families. They help with ramps. They help with lifts. They do an incredible job. So I hope you will spread the word, and I'm going to have more concrete information for you coming up next week on this program. We're going to talk about that. Let's see. Hello from Victoria, BC. Kathy. Hello, Kathy. Nice to see you. Let's go to the comments for a little bit here right now. Let me see. Kathy, are you new? I think people are welcoming you, so I think it's new. What else do we have? Matthew Amos back up there said, "Congratulations, Kevin." I'm not sure. Oh, because of the new sponsor. Thank you, Matthew. Matthew's one of my buds. Just down a bit. No, other way. There he is. Yeah. So always like to say hello to Matthew. What else is happening? We had a spammer on a little bit earlier. I saw that. Parker took care of that. You took care of that? Yeah, he took care of that. So, but that is great. That's fantastic. This needs to be a safe place. This is not a place for spammers, okay? So we'll see them once in a while. As soon as Parker sees them, he goes in there and he takes them out. So don't worry about that. We had mental health issues in earlier years, says Marie. We just were not allowed to discuss it. It was a taboo topic. Isn't that right? That is the stigma that we had about mental health. If you had a family member who had to see a psychiatrist, no, don't, no, can't mention that. It was a taboo topic. It's quickly becoming something we can talk about. Long way to go. But yes, it was a very taboo topic. The more you talk about it and make it normal. And that's why I say, if we were to teach kids as young as 4 years old, and that every day, every single student in school had a mindful time. So as you get older, it's like 15, 20 minutes of meditation. We have recess, so why don't we have me-cess? And you know what? You think it might take away from the curriculum? No, it would add. You would not believe how mindfulness helps the learning process. Being present, being in the moment. And teachers could finally do what they're supposed to do, and that is teach, not have to babysit, not have to take care of all the behavioral problems. We have so many wonderful teachers, but they spend so many times sometimes on just 1 or 2 students. So that's what we need to do. We need to talk about it. We need to make it normal. So for a 4 or 5-year-old, a few minutes a day of maybe drawing a picture of how they feel, or what are their feelings today? How do they recognize a feeling? And if they're angry, what can they do about it at that time? So that by the time you get to grade 6, grade 7, you're fully meditating on your own. You know how to do it. You know the benefits of it. Oh, could you imagine going to college or university being mindful? Oh, yes, there'd still be some stresses, but you know how to handle them. What else have we got? Let me see. Ethel. Just put up Ethel's there. That's for you, buddy. Thanks, Parker, for taking care of us. There you go. One day he'll be taking care of me. That's when I get him back. Belinda. That's what else does is everybody talking about? Hi, Belinda. Yeah, yes, mindfulness should be taught. And Mises, Jackie Farron had said Mises. Yeah, I mean it's perfect, right? A Mises. I know that some places do it. It's not standard, and it should be standard across the board. We stand up to sing the national anthem. We, and in religious schools, we stand up to recite the Lord's Prayer or something like that. In other religious schools, there are various prayers that are said. What do we do for ourselves, though? Do something for the country. But what about for ourselves? And I'm not saying that prayer is not for yourself, but doing that mindfulness thing. Diana, I'll put Diana's comment up there. Yeah, does Parker do diapers? Yeah, I might be wearing them one day. And he'll have to change them, okay? He's not a nurse. What else? Oh, I'll get me a nurse. Oh, okay. No, I'm not going to say anything, okay? I'm not. Shame on you for thinking what you're thinking. Anything else you folks want to talk about right now? What else? Just before we call it a day. So thank you very much for all of your support. It really has been, it's been about a year. When was Kevin's Isolators first on? Parker, do you recall? I think I have it on my, wait just a second. Are we at a year? I have to see when my first one was. We might have an anniversary to... If anybody remembers back to Kevin's Isolators, it was the first show that we did in the pandemic. It was March break of last year. I can't find all my videos. There we go. Okay, so hold on. Going episode. We did 100 episodes of Kevin's Isolators. And the first one... Episode 2. Where's episode 1? I'm not sure. The first one was episode 2. It says 11 months. Well, it says 11 months ago. What's the date on this one? March 22nd. So we're almost coming up to the year. So it would have been the day before, March 21st, that we did episode 1. A lot of people have been asking for our song from the Isolators.
Yeah, they do take a lot of flack, but I'm not...
Let's see if I can find it here. This was done by two gentlemen. Where was it? It was New Brunswick? Newfoundland, yeah. And I'm so sorry. That's not it. Hold on. That was me yelling. I'm going to have to go ahead here. Hold on. All right. Sorry, stand by. Here it is. Brings back memories. That brings back memories. That's it for tonight. Please spread the word and download the podcast on Tuesday. If you can't find it on your podcast directory, just go to my website, thehappymolecule.com. and just it pops up there. There's so many places you can listen to the podcast. You can go to thehappymolecule.com, check out my blogs as well. They are all up there, and I change them as regularly as I can. Don't forget to subscribe when you go to my website. If you subscribed, you got your newsletter yesterday, and you get alerted when a podcast comes out or when a new blog comes out. Season 2 starts Tuesday. Hope that you'll be there and take part in that as well. So until next time, take care of yourself and take care of each other.